go full
Hello,
screen.
center members.
Well, that's creepy.
I'm live here
Nice.
in the 1603ers War Room.
Yes, indeed. Um, so we were trying to obviously do a live stream of this, but UStream made things a little bit complicated by being a premium service, and Google Plus just seems to have an issue with my computer. So I'm coming to you this way. Um, Doing this actually together with Dave, and we're recording this right now. So what you'll see is the uploaded video of as Dave takes notes, and I'm going to be pulling names from the cup here. So just to sort of,
I will be writing them down. I have, this is actually a notepad from the hotel in Center Bowl 11 in San Francisco. So I will be writing down the order. We're going to go in reverse order, starting with who has the 12th pick, and then we're going to be going down all the way to the first pick.
for the sake of fairness, what we did is each name was written on a post-it of this size, and was just simply folded over twice, just once over and then once across. That led to this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and refold these. So I'm just going to do that so I can't see anything, and I'm going to pull them while I'm looking at the camera, so keep everything legitimate. This will, of course, get a lot easier if we decide to ever draft in person, where we can do the lottery and then the draft the same day. I'm hoping one day that will be the case.
Next year.
Yes, next year would be good. So, now, to give
We'll make a whole weekend out of it. We keep talking about it. We'll have the weekend of, the midsummer get-together draft weekend.
Makes sense. So we are almost there. Okay, good. So what I'm doing now is, let's see if I can move this. Good. So what I'm doing now is I've taken all the names back, put it into this little container here. Okay. So now, again, not looking at the container, it's all here. Names have been hidden. So I will simply
put your hand over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And just give it like an over. Like turn it over, like with your hand cupping it, so
okay.
it really mixes that shit up.
I'm trying to make
sure. Turn it back over.
Trying to make sure nothing fell out. See, now we have to.
Did it? What?
I don't think anything fell out. Let me just quickly count the names again. I'm looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. No, we're good.
Okay. So do that again. Mix it like that.
Here, I'll bring Big Bird into this.
Okay. All right.
I think we're good to go.
All right.
So here we go. So for the 12th pick in this year's
12th pick in the draft.
In this year's Center Fantasy Football League, 3rd edition, the winner is, well, I guess winner, but
Loser.
Now, by the way, before I remind everyone, well, yeah, it's debatable. Snake Draft.
I don't mind 12 actually, but
it's a discussion to be had there. Snake Draft, therefore the 12th also gets the 13th pick. That person happens to be, let's see if we can see the name here. It
is Shauna.
It is Shauna with the 12th pick.
Ironic, the one person who still hasn't signed up yet.
There you go. Let's continue. Back to Big Bird. There we go. There we go. It's a form of torture, actually. There we go. Check the mouth. Nothing in there. Good. So
is my... Okay.
So, yes. So that's all there.
But is my FaceTime movie thing on so people can see it, just so they know that I'm actually verifying this?
I believe yes. Actually, what people will be seeing is they're going to see a smaller little view of me in the corner, but they're going to see mostly you. So makes it a little more legitimate. Plus, you're taking the notes, so the notes will obviously, as you're writing them, you'll just put it on a notepad. So again, so the 11th pick in this year's Center Fantasy Football Draft, a position interestingly I pulled from earlier today in my mock. The Grenadier himself, Gay Zaleski. With the 11th pick. Big Bird, come back and do your thing. This is for the 10th pick. 10th pick in this year's Center Fantasy Football League draft goes to. Goes to me with the 10th pick.
Nick Zaveri.
Okay. We are now at the 9th pick. The 9th pick goes to Jamel Wright. Jamel, who now rejoins us
The
on
JTPT, whatever, I don't know. I just wrote Jamel.
Indeed. The Jamel who returns to us from West Palm Beach this year. The Northeast welcomes Jamel back. Florida lost a good educator, but they seem to be losing a lot of those. With the 8th pick?
8th. We're on 8th.
8th pick goes to you. Goes to David Harbacken.
Well, the 1603ers are not that thrilled with that pick, but we have no choice until we do some trading shenanigans.
We now move to the 7th pick. The 7th pick will go to none other than James Aloysius Kimmel.
All right.
We go to the 6th pick.
We are on the 6th pick.
We're officially halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
That winner goes to Gayton.
Oh, wow.
Not
I
bad.
got it right there.
First run for Gayton. Am I pronouncing his name right?
Sure.
All right. Brings us to the 5th pick. The 5th pick will go to LeVar Minor. LeVar Minor. We are now at the 4th pick. That will go to Matthew Lombardi.
Lombardi.
Is it me or has Lombardi had a top 5 pick in the last 3 years?
I don't know, but
I know
I think that's where Andrew Luck is going, based on his comment earlier today.
Considering where he just picked, I don't know. Next is what are we up to?
We are 3.
The Whalers with the 3rd pick.
Whalers.
Indeed.
Wow, so there's 2 left. So this will actually determine. So who are we deciding between? So it's either Nick and Jamie or Audwin, last year's champ.
Look at that. So whoever, regardless, someone's going to turn out okay. The 2nd pick goes to last year's champion.
Audwin, which means the first pick goes to the first year's champion, Nick and Jamie.
Indeed. I had a lovely conversation with Jamie the other day talking about parenthood, which just shows how old and how old we all are getting. So Jamie and Nick are well. They send their best from Rochester. So that's pretty much it. Any initial thoughts, Dave?
I hate my position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, only because I'm below Lombardi, which means I wanted Andrew Luck, which means I can't get him now.
What position does Matt have?
4.
That's Lombardi doesn't strike me as being an unconventional fantasy player, so I tend to think that it's too early for him to take that quarterback. If he takes Luck, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is.
But I tend to think it's early for Lombardi to do that.
I mean, his pick will actually determine what I get. I mean, 8 is not that bad because it's actually right in the middle. I get to go back and forth, so I get 2 decent picks.
The nice thing about a later pick, and I saw this in a mock today, and I did a mock where I actually took the 11th pick. So that makes me even feel better for what happened later on.
And you're in 10.
Right. So 11 pick in a 12-team league. This is through ESPN's mock fantasy. I purposely avoided running backs for the first 2 rounds, thinking that I wanted to see what happens if you go with a quarterback or receiver early. With the 11th pick, I get Jordy Nelson. We were talking about Beckham and that back and forth on Facebook, and so where Beckham goes, and Beckham might go actually before Jordy Nelson. I think he did in this mock too. So I'm totally happy with that. My intention was to get Aaron Rodgers on the wraparound. I'd done this once before, years ago, with Welker and Brady, and it worked out fairly well in that league. So I didn't get Rodgers, however. He went, I think, on the 8th pick, I think, something early. I did, however, get Andrew Luck on the return pick. So at this point, I'm looking at Luck and Nelson. The two running backs were fine. I ended up with Melvin Gordon, the rookie out of San Diego, who I am very high on this year, um, and Carlos Hyde from San Francisco, who I think now with Gore going to Indianapolis will be fine. Um, I'm totally happy with that. I think my second receiver was Amari Cooper out of Oakland, who I think is arguably going to be probably one of the better one of the better receivers this season. Just projecting from how the rookie receivers of the last 2 years have gone, I'm totally fine with that. It immediately guarantees at least two great players at their respective positions. Last year's obviously
Well,
a wash, but
do we have the list of last year's? Do you have like the last year's order? I mean, I think Shauna got like one of the later picks
I
last year.
I do. Let's take a look. Let's go. We'll bring this back a little bit. See if we
I
can.
still prefer the audio podcast, by the way, because it allows me to do so many more things that nobody sees. I have to actually pretend like I'm looking.
Okay, so if we are looking at we're looking at last year's order. Where's my research players? I really do hate. I really do hate Yahoo. Record book. Okay, the record book should give me
Get in there. I actually like the audio thing.
league medals, team statistics. Okay. Oh, it says it will be available September 15th. Had it available for last year. I don't quite understand what happened.
Oh, by the way, you have to change the settings on the thing. I've looked at it. You have to change the settings so it says draft picks, draft trades loud.
Oh, well, since we're talking about it, we probably might as well do it now. Let's go back to Commissioner. And let's see. I know this is totally boring, everyone, but may as well see it now.
They've all tuned out by now. They just wanted to know what position they came in, and then they were done.
Fair enough. Wait a minute. Okay. This is weird. Okay. Where's Commissioner Tools? Research players. Scoring and settings. This should do it. Okay. League setting. Here we go. Auto. What's last year? Trade player. Let's see.
Okay, well, I can tell you that.
Okay, I think let's see.
I have the last season's draft results.
Oh, good. League settings. Hold on. So wait a minute.
You actually had the second pick.
No, last year?
Yeah.
Who had the first pick?
Wait. Pick 1, round 5. Sorry. What is going on? I don't understand what's happening. Round 2, pick 12. So you had the what? Oh wait, round 2, pick.
No, I had the first pick because I took Peterson.
Yeah, you had 1 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
I had pick 10 and 3. I had pick 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because I went with Jamal Charles.
Right.
So I had the third pick. So you had 1. I had 3. Lombardi, I know, had 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Lombardi, I think, took McCoy.
Right, he took Baltimore had the 12th pick last year, so Shoshana now has 12.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. They flip that. Didi had pick 7. Vetter had pick 11. And actually, the ironic thing is that coming out of last year's draft, I think he was ranked number 1 in terms of draft analysis.
Where did Yeah, that whole thing just went to hell because I think wasn't Cutler his quarterback?
What was that?
Didn't his team go to hell because Cutler was his quarterback?
His quarterback was Flacco.
Okay. If his quarterback was Flacco, why do we rate him so highly? Flacco was awful in fantasy.
Yeah, but he got like Des Bryant and.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had good receivers.
Gronkowski. He had. I don't know if this is actually ranking.
Where do you, all
Either
right?
way.
Question, just a side note. Where do you see the whole trade picks thing? Like, where do you see it on your side?
So if you go, I mean, I don't know what the commissioner tools look like, but if you go to league scoring and settings
Okay.
on mine, and then you go down, it's right after trade end date. So it's a trade end date November 13th, 2015. You see that?
Give me 1 second. Okay. Scoring and settings. No, I'm just about to edit it. Okay.
And then right after that it says allow draft pick trades.
Ah, there it is.
Right now it says no.
Okay. Now, let me change it. I'm just going to change it to see if you can see it on your side. Refresh.
Yep, it's now been changed.
Perfect. Now, but there's a second one about trading players for draft picks.
I don't think there's that. That's.
All right, we're just giving people that option.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
So the only other thing you have to change is the defensive stuff.
No, that's been done. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Oh, -1, -2, -3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think -1 for at 21 points and minus.
21 to 27 is -1. 28 to 34 is -2, and then 35 plus is -3.
Yep, that sounds fine. Good. Okay, so I think the settings have been done. We have a draft order. Dave, would you be so kind to type it up and post it?
I will. You should put the video up. You should link the video.
I'm gonna do it now.
So that they can see that it's all valid.
Yep.
Because I know that people would love to talk about conspiracy theories and whatnot. But let me tell you something. I would not have conspired to get myself 8th. I don't think that you would conspire yourself to get 10th.
I don't know.
And if people are thinking that Nick and Jamie are buying this thing, then they are just ridiculous.
One other note, by the way, for my interesting fantasy stat of the day in our league. You know what player happens to be? They're in the 2 years we've had this league so far. You know what player seems to be seems to be owned by either the champion or, in last year's case, the second place team?
I actually do know this.
And in both cases, I made fun of the team for taking him this early.
No, I do know this. Who is it?
It's Andrew Luck. Enjoy that fact.
Oh,
people.
yeah, that's right. No, absolutely true. That's right, because I got to... of course I knew that. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, no, Andrew Luck. He won for Nick and Jamie in the first year, and then,
he brought second place.
Of course, he shit the bed in the championship game against Dallas last year, which cost me the entire championship. So if he doesn't be on my team anymore, then it's just punishment and it's karma, but whatever.
Well, considering Indianapolis drafted a receiver in the first round, it's.
Oh wait, I'm getting a phone call from Aubrey. Let's see if we can link it right now.
Okay, I'm taking.
Oh,
This,
I can only. All
okay,
right, I'm going to take this call.
take
I guess that's it. I will post this, and then I will talk to you later.
bye, guys.